Brad Pitt dodges a red carpet kiss. What it reveals about his relationship with Ines de Ramon, and what fans are saying under the blinding lights of Times Square. Where camera flashes meet carefully curated smiles, Brad Pitt stepped onto the red carpet for the world premiere of F1. By his side was Ines de Ramon, the poised and elegant jewelry designer who's been seen more and more with the 61-year-old star in recent months. But as the cameras clicked and fans held their breath for a glimpse of Hollywood's golden man in a rare public moment of affection, something quietly slipped. Ines leaned in for a kiss. Quick, tender, almost reflexive, and Brad dodged it. Just like that. His head turned, his focus shifted, his body leaned away. He turned toward a woman approaching them instead. It was subtle. It was quiet. But it was unmistakable. And it instantly became the moment that sent social media spinning. Brad Pitt avoiding Ines' kiss once again. Ha ha ha, one user wrote on X, formerly Twitter, reposting the now viral video. Another added, he didn't even want to kiss her. Again, third time, like she doesn't belong there, like she's a stranger. It's hilarious. A third chimed in, it's giving stage scene, zero chemistry. And just like that, the internet did what it does best. It turned a fleeting second into a storm of speculation, framing Brad and Ines not as a couple in love, but as characters in a scene that might have been more carefully planned than it appeared. Fans even pointed out that Ines was left out of a cast photo later in the evening, prompting questions about whether she truly belongs in the picture, literally and metaphorically. Let's rewind. Brad Pitt and Ines de Ramon first sparked dating rumors in late 2022, shortly after Ines finalized her divorce from Vampire Diaries actor Paul Wesley. She's 32, poised, private, and unlike Brad's previous high-profile partners, not part of the Hollywood machine. A woman of taste and quiet elegance, she works in the luxury jewelry space, more accustomed to crafting beauty than being photographed under pressure. For months, theirs was a shadowed romance, quiet dinners, discreet trips, no red carpet appearances. Then came the official debut, Pitt and Ines stepping out with Bradley Cooper and Gigi Hadid on a double date in New York. Hand in hand, smiles wide. A new chapter beginning, or so it seemed. Public appearances followed. Ines appeared beside Brad at art openings and charity events, and most recently at F1's premiere. She wore a sheer halter top with a feathered floor-length skirt. Her look elevated by platform heels, Anita Co earrings, a white handbag, and a relaxed updo. Beside her, Brad looked sharp in a navy suit with a pastel shirt, his signature charm still intact. Photographers caught sweet moments, her hand on his chest, his arm around her waist, the two walking in sync. But then, that moment, the missed kiss, and everything changed. Is it fair to draw so much from so little? That's the question fans are asking, and maybe the question Brad himself would want us to ask. After all, this isn't just any celebrity pairing. This is Brad Pitt, the man whose last public relationship tore headlines apart and divided fans around the globe. The man who, until just 6 months ago, was locked in a years-long legal war with Angelina Jolie over everything from custody to winery ownership. A war not just of law, but of image, legacy, and emotional territory. In December 2024, after 7 years, their divorce was finalized. And only then, did Pitt begin to appear publicly with Ines. So maybe it's not about the kiss. Maybe it's about what that kiss represents. To Ines, it may have been a simple expression of closeness. To Brad, it may have been a moment too raw, too exposed, too soon. And to the millions watching, it became a crack in the carefully painted portrait. A source close to Pitt recently told people, "Life's good, no complaints, he's happy." But if the videos speak louder than words, not everyone's convinced. Some fans point to repeated red carpet awkwardness, hinting the relationship may be more PR than passion. Others argue the tension is simply Brad being Brad, forever guarded, forever performing, never quite letting the curtain fall. But perhaps there's a deeper layer here. Perhaps Brad Pitt is still learning how to love out loud again. After all, this is a man who once stood beside Angelina Jolie, parenting 6 children, conquering red carpets, standing hand in hand in war zones, UNICEF missions, and Oscar stages. A man whose relationship became the relationship, idolized, dissected, and eventually shattered in front of the world. So, for someone who has been through the kind of fire Brad has walked through, maybe even something as simple as a kiss in public can feel risky. And then there's Ines, the younger woman who's now walking into a space haunted by old ghosts. She wasn't part of Angelina. She didn't raise Shiloh, Zahara, Pax, or Knox. She never lived at Chateau Miraval. But now she finds herself standing where so many have stood before, next to Brad Pitt, in the glare of the spotlight, facing a million eyes asking, "Are you the next chapter, or just a footnote?" The truth is, no one outside that relationship can say what that moment on the red carpet truly meant. Maybe it was nerves. Maybe it was timing. Maybe Brad simply didn't see her lean in. Or maybe, just maybe, it was more revealing than any public statement ever could be. Because in that second, that turn of the head, that missed kiss, we saw something rare. Not a Hollywood love story, but a human one. Messy, complicated, half-formed, real. So where does that leave us? With more questions than answers, perhaps, but also with a portrait of Brad Pitt that feels more intimate than anything posed for a magazine. A man in transition. A heart cautiously reopening. A legend of cinema trying to live his own script, not the one we've all written for him. Will Ines de Ramon be the partner who walks with him into his next era? Or will this be another name added to the long list of could-have-beens in Brad's long, storied romantic history? Only time will tell. But for now, as the cameras keep flashing and the red carpets keep rolling, one thing is certain. The world is watching. Not just for the glamour, but for the cracks in the facade. The quiet moments that speak volumes. The hesitation before the kiss. And maybe, just maybe, those are the moments that matter most. Knox Jolie-Pitt hasn't been seen with Brad in years, and fans are starting to ask why the world once watched Brad Pitt cradle baby Knox in his arms with the quiet awe reserved for kings and prophets. It was 2008, and the arrival of Knox Leon Jolie-Pitt, alongside his twin sister Vivienne, wasn't just a headline, it was an event. Brad and Angelina, Hollywood's golden couple, had welcomed twins, and their names were etched in the cultural memory before their eyes had fully opened. But that was then. Now, in 2025, Knox is nearly 17 years old, and strangely, hauntingly absent from the public life of the man who once said fatherhood was the greatest privilege of his life. Brad Pitt still smiles for cameras, still walks red carpets, still speaks softly about moving forward and healing. But in photo after photo, premiere after premiere, his children are missing, and Knox, in particular, is nowhere to be seen. It's not just a coincidence. While some celebrity kids simply prefer life out of the spotlight, Knox isn't invisible. He's been seen with his mother, Angelina Jolie, walking the streets of Los Angeles, or attending low-key art events. Quiet but confident, growing into his own person. But when it comes to Brad, not even a candid shot, no blurry paparazzi images, no father-son outing stories, no airport spottings, no birthday posts, no whispers of shared time. It's the kind of silence that makes people curious, especially when juxtaposed with Brad's recent public appearances, smiling alongside new girlfriend Ines de Ramon, laughing with fellow stars at F1 events, appearing content, fulfilled, moving on. But can a man really move on when his children are this far away? Knox isn't just any child, he's the only biological son of Brad Pitt, the heir to the movie star's smile, the quiet twin with his father's mannerisms and his mother's intense eyes. And yet, there's a wall now, not physical but perceptible, a chasm in the public eye. In interviews, Brad no longer mentions his children by name. There's no Shiloh's graduating, or Knox is learning music, or even fatherhood keeps me grounded. It's all vague, polished, careful. And for fans who once saw him as the image of involved, adventurous parenting, climbing sand dunes with Pax, sketching beside Zahara, cooking with Maddox, it's hard not to wonder, what changed? Some point to the bitter custody battle with Angelina Jolie, which dragged on for years behind tightly sealed courtrooms and strategic leaks. Others recall the 2016 incident on a private plane, still largely unconfirmed, still shrouded in mystery, that allegedly fractured the family dynamic forever. After that, Jolie filed for divorce, and the once open, affectionate family Brad had helped build closed. Slowly, public outings ceased. The 6 children were seen more and more exclusively with their mother. Brad fought for custody but rarely won public ground. In 2021, reports emerged that some of the children no longer wished to speak with him. No names were given. But the silence of Knox once the golden boy in Brad's arms, has only grown louder since.